Hi folks, it's Chuck Newt, and I'm here working on the Great Smoker build. This is going to be the beginning of part 5 of the Saga Continues. And we're working towards the end of this build. And so if you're a new person just getting acquainted with the channel, I highly recommend, there's I'm going to say about 13 videos in front of this one, and I highly recommend you want to go back and take a look at them and really see how this build has progressed from the very beginning. I've been working on this for months now, and I got something kind of special getting ready to get started here. This is going to be the last major project before painting on this build, and some of it may be painted before this is completed, because if I don't paint it before it's completed, then it's going to make it impossible to get to. So I've been working on some little shelving brackets, little miniature shelving brackets here that I'm getting ready to show you. So let's get turned around and see what's going on. All right, folks, I told you I had some little miniature shelving brackets I've been working on, and this is one of them. And just to show you how big they are, they're 1.5 inch. That's 1.5 inch square is the base of that, and a 45-degree angle for 1.5 by 1.5 at a 45-degree angle. So those are little tiny shelving brackets, and it's 1/4 inch steel. So it's some pretty heavy, heavy gauge stuff for this build. But let me get turned around over here. I'm going to show you what this is going to be used for exactly. So here's one of these little shelves that I built. I've built 4 of them, and this one's actually been welded up onto the frame there, as you can see. And the purpose of this is I'm in the process of building a canopy or shelter for the smoker, and this is going to be the base of where the frame sits. As you can see here, I've got a piece of 1.5 by 2.5 inch rectangular cut that's going to be in here, and I will eventually drill this out and stick a 3/8 inch bolt through there. And then I've got this piece of 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch flat steel, if I can get it positioned right where it goes, is going to go across right here. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other end. And again, I'm going to have the rectangular steel is up under there if you can see it, but it's going to be bolted in there as well. And so what's going to happen here, I'm trying, I don't know if I'm going to succeed, to have this canopy to be removable if I need to. So it's not going to be permanently attached to the frame. The only place it's going to be attached is through these bolts in these brackets here. But the weight point, the actual weight point, is going to be on the 4 corners of the trailer. And so that means it's going to be right here. And even though this is 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch flat steel here, if you put enough weight on it, it can still come down on the as far as there is there from any support. So the purpose of that is simply to give the end support out here. It's not going to be welded to or anything like that, other than the fact that it is going to have some of that inch square tubing going straight up, but it's not going to be physically attached to the frame. It's just going to rest there. The only thing securing it will be back over here and at the other end, and then at the other end of the trailer, exact same way. So I'm going to take this up, and I'm going to take it up 7 feet from right here. So there's going to be some, and there's going to be there's going to be quite a lot of weight on this thing, and that's the reason why. Plus, not only the weight, we're also going to have the stresses of travel, hitting bumps and whatnot, that's going to compound the effect of weight on this. And so that's the purpose of putting these on here, is simply to give it some support right there at the weight point. And like I said, it won't be secure. It won't be physically attached or welded right here. It's just going to be resting on there, but that's all it's going to need, is something to sit on and support it from the bottom and keep it from being able to bend down from here. All right, so that's what I'm up to for now. And so when I get this done and I get to moving on, I'll show you where we're going. I'll talk to you after a while. Okay guys, I'm getting a good start on these frames. And so I want to show you how I'm going about this and how I get it squared up and everything. And so let me get turned around, show you what's going on. First, right here is the base of one of these frames. And I've got these little posts. They're actually welded on now. And so they're not going anywhere. That's going to be the base of the frame. It's going to be the last part that I actually weld to the frame. But what I wanted to show you is how I went about this. You see here how I've used this OSB, which is manufactured square, and I use it to line up my steel with. And I've got a pretty good 45 degree there that I can weld with no problem. And so that's what I'm getting ready to do here. And when I get ready to do the other end, I'll just flip it over or slide the whole thing to the other side and get the other side done. So that's how I'm going about getting these squared up. And so it's not that difficult. And you know, in my opinion, the $15 that I spent on the sheet of OSB has paid for itself already. And you know, when I get done with it, I don't have a plan for it. I'll probably just cut it up and stick it in the trash, or stick it in my neighbor's burn pit over there or something. I don't know yet, but like I said, it has paid for itself already, just simply by helping me to get a good square on these corner joints here. So that's what I wanted to show you, and I'll keep you informed as I go along here. Okay guys, well, I haven't done a very good job of keeping you up on what's going on with my building project here. Not a lot has changed. I have been working on, as you can see over my left shoulder, my left shoulder over here. You can see where I've been working on this framing for my canopy. And so, you know, I've had a lot of holdups going on. My mom's come to visit from a different state, and we've had a lot of rain, and so it's been things have been difficult as far as getting a lot of work done. But I know that I haven't really recorded anything as far as building this frame. So let me get turned around and show you what we got going on here. So as you'll see from here, we got some rust going on. And that's, like I told you, we've been having some quite a lot of rain actually. It's dry right now, but I also told you my mom's been visiting from another state. And so you see I had some ribs bent up on the top here. I don't have a machine to bend those myself. I actually took them to the steel, I got them bent from the steel warehouse where I buy my steel at. They also do ornamental, like wrought iron type stuff, and they were able to bend these for me. I've still got, as you can see over here, laying across the frame, I've still got 2 ribs that I'm going to put across the top between the center and the up here between the center and the outer ones on each side. And so I've got that to go. You can see what I'm doing. I bought some 1/4 inch, I call it rod, but they call it round bar. So I bought 1/4 inch round bar, and you can see I've got it welded together here, and then down here I've got it welded in on each of the corners. There you go, focused finally. I got it welded in on all 4 corners up here and on each of them, and I'm going to do that all the way around yet. On this side here, I'm going to have 2 more supports here, top and bottom, and then over here, this is actually backwards if you're looking at it in comparison to the trailer. It actually gets spun 180 degrees and then comes back on the trailer from the back side forward, because the far side over there has the opening that will be the opening for the to be worked under up underneath the will be the canopy across the top there. I guess that's a proper name for it, although it will be made out of sheet aluminum eventually. So that's where I'm going with this on the short term. Today I want to get these supports welded in here and up here, and I'm going to put one. And so if you look at this, the bottom opening here actually goes around the opening, so I can open up the fire chamber on the smoker there, and so that's going to be totally open here. But then this top piece, I'm going to put a support here, and it's also going to get aluminum. And then I'm going to do on the top here just as I've done over on this side. Now the tops, as far as the tops are concerned, I'm going to leave them open from the bottom bar. From the bottom bar up is going to be open, except for the cross pieces of the 1/4 inch steel. And I'm going to, the purpose of having this, this is going to be aluminum sided on the bottoms here. The bottom here to the bottom bar and here to the bottom bar is all going to be aluminum siding. And I don't mean house siding. It's going to be aluminum sheeting, which comes from the steel warehouse in 4x10 sheets, which I'll have cut to fit these. And then I'm also going to use, it'll end up being 3 sheets across the top, 1 full sheet across the middle and 1 partial sheet on each side of it over here. And it'll probably be the middle one go on last, and that way it'll give some overlap on the outer 2. And then I got somewhere else I'm going to go with this that I'm not telling you yet. I'll let that be a surprise. So here we are for now, and this may be the end of this video. And if it is, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. There's more to come. All right, my YouTube friends, I've been continuing on here with this frame. I got delayed for a while. My mom was in town for a few weeks, and we've had a lot of wet weather around here. It's been one of the wettest springs that I can remember for a while. However, I'm doing something I thought's a little bit interesting. I've got all of the ribs welded onto the top of the canopy frame here, so that's finished. But I'm doing some gusset work here. I wanted to show you how I've gone about it. Let me get turned around. show you what we got going on. Okay, now in this corner here is one of the two front opening sides of the canopy frame, and as you can see here, I've taken two pieces of, this is 3/8 inch rod or round bar stock, and so I've welded those in at a 45-degree angle. And then over here you see how I've gone about this. I used one of these welding magnets, and now this one is not welded in at all right now. It's just being held there by the magnet, and maybe you can see right there how I've got that up there. And then I just fill that little edge there on the end on each one, and it kind of looks like that when it's finished, or this one up here. So let me back out a little bit, and as I telling you, this is the opening side, and as the trailer is sitting right now, it's actually sitting the opposite of how I normally have it sitting in my driveway. I normally have it turned around 180 degrees, facing the other direction, with the with the stand over here on this side. So as the frame is sitting right now, it would move directly onto the trailer this direction from here. And so with the stand down, then the opening that we're looking at there facing us is what will allow me to work up underneath the canopy there. So I just wanted to show you how I've gone about this, and I've got this one to do yet, and then I've got the two horizontal ones to do at this end yet. I've gotten this one, I want to say it's vertical, even though it's at a 45-degree angle. It's still on the vertical edge plane here. There you go. It's vertical. So there we go. And I'll probably put a little bit more on this yet. I got another couple minutes. I usually like to keep it about 20 minutes on these videos. So stay tuned. I'll have something a little more in a little while. Okay folks, so that last little bit, a little challenging, but we made it happen. Got to do the same thing on the other side after I flip it over. But for the time being, I need to put some cross hatches like these in these other openings yet. Getting near to the finish on this. As you can tell, maybe I've got a new toy, and so that's going to allow me to change how I operate all this. So stick with me as I move along here, and I think this will be the end of this video, and keep watching. Thank you.